Good morning, Twitch. This is Silver Cloud doing a dream journal share. So, when I'm talking about dream journaling, this is important to me because it helps me get these thoughts that are in my mind or in my head somewhere out into a physical place, some place that other people can maybe have fun with them and also understand the actual action, the verbiage of dreaming, and maybe help improve others' sleep hygiene. You can get better rest if you're dreaming. People who dream often report that when they wake up, they feel more rested and that they have better moods. They have better moods when they wake up. Uh, no matter what the dream is, it typically improves your mood and makes you feel happy. Because if it's a good dream, then you are remembering things that made you happy and feel good. And if it's a bad dream, it still improves your mood. It will still improve mood over time because you're not, when you wake up, when you are awake again, you'll realize that the real world is a happy and beautiful place, right? You have beautiful things at home. You have food. You have the comforts of your household. You have art. You can make artwork in the real world. You can interact with things. You can play some video games or play a movie that you really like. When you have a bad dream, it's a little bit scary, but it will also improve mood over time. So it's a good thing to do and to train yourself how to do it. It's a healthy thing. It makes you happier in the real world. It always improves mood. People have a negative connotation with bad dreaming, but in my experiences, even if it's a scary nightmare, 1 hour later, 30 minutes later, when you're waking up, you feel happy that you're awake. You're like, oh, I'm relieved. I'm relieved. That was just a dream. That was just a nightmare. And I'm awake again, and I can do things that I want to do and make new memories. So good dreams. Good dreams always make you happy as well. I'm going to share a good dream I had last night. Very positive, very chill, totally relaxed dream. It's a good thing to do. And just make sure, you're sleeping with enough water in your system. You've hydrated all day long. You've had enough to drink. Make sure you've had enough to drink all day. And that you are supporting your head and shoulders. Your shoulders and head and chest are supported by at least like a 20 to 30 degree angle is what's typically recommended. So you're not getting overwhelmed with too much digestive issues from your stomach fluid. Your stomach fluid can back up if you don't have this angle, and it can cause some anxiety or discomfort. So one of the most important things is your posture. So make sure you have a good posture when you are getting into bed, going to bed, getting into bed. Your posture is very important. So support your chest, your shoulders, and your head so your stomach bile isn't backing up into your esophagus, and you can relieve the blood pressure from your head. You will drop your blood pressure. It helps you lower your blood pressure from psychologically, from a brain wave, from a neurological central nervous system place. If you just keep your head supported, your blood pressure will go down enough, and you will sleep a lot better. You will have a much better sleep and feel more recovered when you wake up. So now that the basics are covered there, within about 5 minutes, I'm going to quickly say I have two types of dreams, usually two types, and they are the real dreams, where my memories and real things all come into a synthesized real world dream, and I also have unreal dreams. On the other hand, I will have unreal dreams where They are things about the future, things that haven't happened yet to me in my life, memories that aren't real, memories I like, false memories maybe, things about the future. I would say typically games and movies, also movies and games, things that are not real explicitly, such as movies and games. Maybe book characters in books. If I'm reading a book a lot, I might dream of these scenarios or these people who are inside of a book, and that's also somewhat in the unreal. I would say in the unreal spectrum, especially if it's fiction. If it's a fiction book with characters and places that aren't real, then of course that would be an unreal dream. So we have the real dreams, which are referential dreams that come from memory, come from an individual's personal memory. And we have the unreal dreams, which come from games, books, and the TV. Video games, books, and the TV, I'd say. Books, games, and TV are those unreal dreams. Because somebody else made them, they're not your actual memories, they're not your actual art. Your personal self has nothing to do with those things, but sometimes your brain will come up with those and repeat them or echo or show those images and graphics again to you. So I'm going to share the dream that I had last night, which was a real dream for me. I call it a real dream because it's the only way to describe something like that. I'm not sorry about using that language. It's kind of tricky or convoluted or strange to say real dream. Like I was having a real dream. But it's a way to categorize and delineate the two types, personal and non-personal. What's personal to me and what is non-personal and coming from somewhere else, a dream that's coming from some other place. So I have real and unreal dreams as the two major categories that I'll be using to kind of share my dreams with my audience. And last night was a real dream, at least this morning. When I was waking up this morning, my head was in La La Land, and I was at a meditation retreat building that I used to go to in college a lot. I used to go to this building to meditate and cook food for people. They all cook food. We would all cook food for each other. We'd all make a bunch of delicious, tasty, happy food that was healthy and nutritious and health-minded, and share recipes. And we would eat together after meditating. And we would be just chilling out on cushions, sitting on cushions, hands down, just meditating on an altar. We used the altar, some type of table, a table with crystal balls on it, glasses of water, as well as glasses of water, I believe, and lit candles. We had lit candles and lit incense as well. We also burned incense. And it was nice to watch time move. It was like you could watch time and see time move and just exist in the moment without moving too much yourself. And it was really helpful in college. When I was in college, I was stressed out a lot, and I needed that type of space. And it helped me in the long term, I feel, as an adult. It helped me feel more like myself with embodiment. Embodiment's important. Meditation is very helpful. Will help you also, I feel, understand your own dreaming, because it helps you process time in a way that isn't forced. You're not feeling forced to do anything. You're just listening to the world. You're not so active except for your listening skills. You're just listening, seeing what's in front of you and listening to it. And that is a good skill to have when dreaming, because sometimes your mind will be generating an image or a dream, and you need to focus on it and relax enough. You have to stay relaxed enough to let your eyes see it, to allow yourself to witness the visuals, the visual aspects of your dreams. So meditating can help you see your dreams with clarity. You know, it will improve the clarity, the focus, the clarity, the resolution. Let's say the resolution becomes higher up. You have higher resolution viewing when you are someone who meditates regularly enough, and you can see your dreams with more clarity, with focus and a relaxation as well. So I suggest meditating. It's a bridge into dreaming. It helps. And again, I'm saying it's always a positive thing to be somebody who dreams, because it improves your mood when you are awake. When you are awake again, you either had a good dream, right? We typically judge them. We typically judge them as, oh, I had a good dream. It made me feel, optimistic. I feel happy, whatever. Or, oh, I had a bad dream. It was very scary, and I kind of woke up with tears in my eyes. I had tears coming out, and I was kind of crying when I woke up. But regardless of it being a good dream or a bad dream, your mood will still be improved once you are awake again and active. Once you're active and awake again, you realize, okay, that bad dream perhaps is something now that's not real. It doesn't have a hold on me. It's not me. It was just something my mind came up with, and now I can be free-willed again. I have free will. I can move. I can move in the ways I want to. I can watch the TV, the music, the games. I can eat again. I can eat food and interact with other people. I can go out and talk to people I like and enjoy. After a bad dream, you realize you're free. You're free from it when you're awake. Once you wake up, you realize you're free from a bad dream and nothing can harm you. It's all harmless. It's totally harmless. It was all harmless, and none of it was real. None of it was real. All the harm was fake. All the pain was imaginary. All the pain is gone. All the pain was imaginary. All the pain is imaginary. I'm not gonna say that too many more times, but that's the kind of the therapeutic part of when you do have a bad dream, I think, is when you wake up, you are remembering that it was just imaginary pain. It had nothing to do with you. You're something else. You are something more. You're something else. It will never be who you are. It's just a way to purge a lot of negative emotion out of your mind, so you can let in more positive and euphoric emotions. More euphoric emotions come out, come into you once you've released a negative dream, once you're done having a nightmare. Even bad dreams, is what I'm saying, can be very good and uplifting. And this was a good dream, though. So this was a good dream that I had. But basic. I would say it's still kind of simple. It was simple. It was maybe the simplistic dream. It was just at a building, right? I was at a meditation retreat at this meditation place, this really cool meditation place where they had crystal balls and cool candles. But it did have more rooms. The building had extra rooms. There were bedrooms there that were extra beds for sleeping at. And then there was also extra dining rooms to eat food. More food places. There were dining rooms there, extra tables and chairs and food places. And then there was also an entertainment rooms. There was more like a music room. There was a music room in there, and a pool table, I think, or a gaming table, some type of game table. There was like a game table of some kind, some type of game table there. And it was neat to see it upgraded. The building had upgrades done. There were upgrades done to the building. It was uh, new, brand new, something new entirely. And I liked that because I always wanted more rooms in that building. So some of it was me projecting. I think it was partially projection. I was putting my buildings, my own building ideas, my own bedroom, my own room ideas. I was pushing the dining room because we needed a dining room. We would eat in the meditation room. We would eat in the meditation room, and I wanted to put a dining room in there. I wanted to add a dining room so we could eat somewhere else, and keep the meditation practice private. Keep that private. Keep it alone and quiet. Keep it quiet. Keep it quiet. Keep it quiet. So the dining room was totally my idea. I made the dining room up, I think, using my own mind, my own insight, my own brain. I was like, we need a dining room. And then my dream was like, okay, we have a dining room now. And it's there. And I was like, okay, yay, awesome, I'm so happy, amazing. I'd say the worst thing about dreams, though, sometimes is that I feel claustrophobic, or like I'm stuck in one place. I'm like stuck in my head. When you're dreaming, you are just stuck in your head. It's just your eyes or it's using your brain to generate images because there's nothing else going on and you want to watch something. We are very visual, very, very, very visual animals. So dreaming is totally natural, and it's a impulse. It's an impulse that you just have in life because you want to stay fun. We want to do fun things and have a good time and use our memories. It's a way to use our memories to learn and relearn. It's about relearning sometimes. Relearning is a very good skill. Recreating things, reproducing images from our past helps you access memories and emotions that were valuable to you at one time, and so that you can use them again. So you can use your emotions once again in a way that's helpful in your waking life. So we were at this meditation retreat. I was there, and they had extra rooms. There was bedrooms, again for sleeping, eating rooms, and music rooms. This cool game room with a gaming table. There's games there, a way to play games. And there was also puppy dogs, little puppies in the bedroom. One of the new bedrooms had puppies in it. And they were little Yorkie puppies, tiny little Yorkie dorkies, and totally adorable. And they weren't my Yorkies. They were new puppies. They weren't dogs that I personally had. They were not my dogs. So maybe that part was a little on the unreal side. Maybe that was a slightly unreal sensation because they weren't my dogs. Where did they come from? They weren't in my memory. They were imaginary. They were imaginary dogs. They were imaginary puppies. And also we had donuts. Huge donuts. Big, round dinner plate donuts, like the size of my shirt collar. Like this big, maybe. Donuts this big. Like 3 times the size of a normal donut. Huge cake donuts. And they didn't have the holes in them. They were holeless donuts. They had no hole in the donuts. There were donuts with holes, but the ones that I really liked the most and was happiest to see were these big, huge, round ones that were filled with like raspberry sauce, or powder. They were filled with cream powder, or raspberry sauce, and I was like so happy to be with these donuts. I felt unlimited. I felt totally unlimited with these donuts, and it was so cute having the puppies. Naturally in my dream I was like, I'm gonna feed them the donuts. I'm gonna feed these dogs some donuts. I'm gonna feed them. I'm gonna feed these doggies. I'm gonna feed these puppies. These puppies are gonna get my donuts, but it's not healthy. You cannot feed dogs donuts. Don't give dogs donuts. No donuts for your dogs. Say no donut. So no donuts for your dogs. But I was at this meditation retreat. There were puppies in this extra bedroom, one of the extra bedrooms, and we had those amazing stuffed donuts, and that's about it. It was kind of a basic touch dream and places and touch, kind of like a synesthesia, almost some type of touch and time, time touch and time synesthesia, because I was referencing a building from my past, a building from long ago, someplace from my memories, and these dogs and donuts in particular were these subjects. And I'd say that's very tactile, sensory, that's very touch based. You know, of course that's also visual. It's a little bit visual with the dogs, you know, seeing a dog in symmetry that's pretty visual. I say that's a big enough intense visual, seeing living things, seeing life, seeing living animals, seeing animals, and donuts. But that was definitely about wanting to eat something soft, wanting soft food in my mouth, wanting to squish something, have a sweet treat and relax, have fun in a good place, you know. It was a nice, safe dream. I'd say it was a good dream, a totally positive time. Totally positive and not weird. Nothing weird, thank God. I had, you know, one totally normal dream with just a place I like. It was some place I really love, a place I loved a lot, with two things that I also care about or enjoy. You know, things I care about animals and pets and dog life, as well as, you know, I love donuts. Donuts are so tasty. They're one of my favorite things to eat. They're very funny. It feels funny to eat donuts. So that dream made me happy, I guess. It was a good time, and I'm just sharing these dream journals here because it's usable and useful and healthy. Again, it's a good mood. It gives you a positive mood, I feel, in most cases. You know, sometimes you might have a flashback that's actually totally a negative time, but in the morning, once you wake up, you are feeling blessed regardless. You always feel blessed that you got to see something special that is about your life or your own emotions, and you can access the powers that your emotions have locked up inside of these memories. They're mostly memory based. You know, I feel like without memory, you wouldn't dream in the first place. You have to have some working memory going on there, and that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of dreaming, is it's this intrinsic part of life. It's this part of being alive and having working memory and enjoying things, and you know, seeing things that are inside of you, outside of you. You can see the artistic expression. It helps you feel your art. It helps you feel alive. It helps you feel alive again, to see reflections, these reflections of your memories happening and going on, and it's a good time. So this was number one of the dream journal sharing videos I'm making. Figured this, you know, something I do, and it's unique and valuable, so I want other people to watch it, and also, you know, commit commit to being a dreamer. You know, dreaming is important. It helps your brain and mind clear itself out of old stuff. It helps you reprocess things and make new ideas. It helps you make new emotions. You know, it allows your body to make new emotions and new feelings. New feelings are very useful because you can do new things with them. You know, doing new stuff with your dreams is important, I'd say. It refreshes you. It's refreshing. It's a very refreshing experience. I would like to impart that adjective, or I mean adverb. Perhaps it's an adverb. Is how refreshing, just how refreshing it is to your sense of self whenever you have had a night full of good dreams or bad dreams, regardless. You know, you can always make new with your time after you've had some intense dreaming. So I'm going to wrap the stream up here, I guess, because I don't have much else to say other than dreaming's very refreshing and it's good for you. It's healthy. Some people are maybe shy about it. They're shy about their dreams, or they're nervous or scared about the idea of dreaming. But truly, even if you have a bad time one night, you can have a good time. You can have a good time the next night. And once you realize that even your nightmares are still guides, they still guide you, they still guide your spirit into accepting, you know, that there are bad things in the world, but they don't have anything to do with you. You know, you don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel those things when you're awake, whenever you are expressing yourself. I hope even your nightmares make you feel good. Honestly, that's kind of a big idea that I have to share, is that even if you're scared or you have nightmares, they can still be used as positive, as a way to generate, as a way to create a positive influence, and to feel happy that you're alive, and you know the nightmare was just a dream. It was a fabrication. It was imaginary. It's not real. The pain wasn't there at all. It was just an image, you know, just an image. And you can turn the page in your magazine or in your book and enjoy something new again. And it's very refreshing. I'd like to impart specifically the importance of that feeling, is that it's refreshing to see new things, or see the old things in new ways with new things in them, and it's a lot of fun. So this is number 1 of the Dream Journal stream sequence. I hope you all have a fabulous day, and stay safe and have fun, okay? Stay safe and have fun. Silver Cloud peoples. Goodbye.